Louise in Denver. Hey, Louise, what's up?
Hi, Tom. You know, these 47 senators have come out with these ridiculous statements as to why they wrote that letter. But we cannot let up on them. Now we've got to call their offices. They owe our president a letter of apology. And we've got to pressure them into this. They have forgotten about President Obama like he doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
But we've got to pressure him. One, as a sidebar, real quick, Tom, it hit me like a light bulb the other day about Social Security. I wish Bernie would bring this up. How many seniors die every year and get off of the rolls of Security? And doesn't that kind of even itself out, those coming on and those going off?
The numbers going on to Social Security over the last decade and a half have been substantially higher than the number of people coming off Social Security because they're dying out. And that's just that demographic bulge of the baby boomers, Louise.
Okay, so then it's really
it's
not
going to
material at all.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
Tom,
yes and no. Actually, Louise, there's a subtle and important piece to this. From now until the mid-2030s, you're going to have Social Security taking on more and more people relative to the number of people who are paying into it, which you would think would be a demographic disaster for Social Security because we're going from 15 or 20 workers for every retired person to 3 or 4, who are theoretically subsidizing or supporting that person. But the thing that analysis misses is that back in '82, what the Greenspan-Moynihan Commission did and Reagan signed off on was doubling the Social Security tax on people making, at that time, less than $38,000 a year, doubling that tax to create a savings account. Half of the tax paid for people who were retiring between 1982 and today. The other half of the tax paid for put money into a fund that retire from today until the late 2030s will have money to pay for their retirement. So the baby boomers are the first generation since 1935, since the creation of Social Security, the first generation to actually be double taxed, to not only pay for their parents' retirement, but pay for their own retirement as well. And then presumably by 2040 or so, when all the baby boomers have died and the number of people going on goes back down and you get more of a normal balance, then that trust fund will have gone down to zero and we'll be back where we started in '82. So that makes sense, Louise?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, thanks.
Well, thank you for listening to my thoughts.
Sure enough. Thank you for the call. But Louise is absolutely right. These guys do need to apologize to the president. This is sedition. This is in the spirit of treason, and that's not a spirit that's a good thing. I mean, I've been talking about this now on this program for not just the 6 years that it's been going on against Obama, but for the decade or more that I've been doing this show, about this Republican perfidy, basically, the Republican willingness to not just break the law, but defy the Republican willingness to take down this country, the Republican willingness to destroy our body politic, all for money. This is what it all comes back to, is it's all for money. This is, it's the fat cats who run the show, the fat cats who run the country. We are so in need of a populist moment in this country, in the UK, Israel, frankly, the rest of Europe is starting to gather their populist moment. They're all looking to Greece to be the ones who lead the charge.